When talking about the Philadelphia 76ers, they're definitely, in a way, disappointing. With their current record of 39-26, they are 6th in the Eastern Conference, and them being there is not something we all expected during the beginning of the season. They had a projection that they would be 2nd in the Eastern Conference, fighting with the Milwaukee Bucks for the first seed, and also having a winning percentile of 75+. But as of right now, they have a 60% chance of winning their games, which is crazy to me after the big moves they made during last year's offseason. Getting Tobias Harris, getting Josh Richardson, getting Al Horford, this team was supposed to be great. But from it looks like, with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, this team just seems like they're just average. Calling out all Sixer fans, if this video can get to 100 likes in the first 24 hours, we're going to be giving the 76ers some good luck that during this NBA restart, they can turn it around and push for a 5th or 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Because if they end up being 6th, they're going to end up playing either the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics in the first round, which is not something they want. The 76ers are in a tough predicament right now. They are currently using a total of $147 million on their salary caps and are definitely over luxury tax. One thing for sure is that it's best for NBA teams to be under that luxury tax, and what's very interesting to know as well is that $130 million of those contracts are in the starters for the Sixers. So basically what the 76ers did was that they used most of their money to build a strong starting lineup. But the point is, guys, an NBA team is not just about a starting lineup, it's about the bench as well. The lack of depth that they have is definitely a problem and is a big reason why they're not winning as much games as they should. But the Sixers' problems aren't just with the bench, there's actually more to it. During the regular season, Al Horford has said on multiple occasions that there are multiple problems when it comes to being vocal in the locker room. Joel Embiid has also said himself that he believes he is the star of the team and the team should sacrifice for him and focus on him being their best player, which in a way could be good, but it's ultimately bad. And do you guys remember last year when Jimmy Butler said that the 76ers were soft? Well, I'm telling you right now that Ben Simmons also agreed to it and said the same thing this season. There are even rumors out there that Brett Brown, their head coach, could potentially get fired this upcoming offseason, and when there's rumors surrounding a coach not doing a good job, that's definitely not good for the team. So what's very important to know for Sixers fans and NBA fans is that big things are coming for 76ers, whether you like it or not. A trade is going to come, a new head coach might come, because right now when Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are both entering their prime, you want to use this as the best opportunity possible. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the best possible solutions for the 76ers. I've dedicated this video to the fact that I believe the 76ers need more depth, so I'm going to be giving you guys about 8 to 9 trades that I believe would help the 76ers be better for the next season. But before I get into the video, I just want to say if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to ezBUCKETz, guys. I make basketball videos on a daily, consistent basis, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to not miss any of my upcoming videos. We are currently on the road to 33,000 subscribers, guys, and I'm telling you, I appreciate all the support I've gained so far. You guys are absolutely the best, and I'm telling you right now, the videos ain't stopping anytime soon. But without wasting any more time, we're talking about 76ers trades to save their team. The first thing that I want to note before going into my list is what the team needs and what they lack. The first thing they lack is pretty obvious. I mentioned it earlier. It is depth. They do need depth, and with depth, they need a secondary ball handler, a true stretch 4 that can either shoot the ball or play consistent defense, and also shooters off the bench. Do you guys remember when the 76ers had JJ Redick and Marco Bellinelli on the same roster? They need those kind of players once again to make them successful at shooting the 3 ball. The second thing that I want to note is the contracts the Sixers has that makes them so expensive. They have Tobias Harris at $33 million till 2024, Al Horford with $27 million per year till 2023, Joel Embiid with $29 million till 2023, Josh Richardson with $10 million to 2022, and Ben Simmons with $30 million till 2025. These 5 players are the starters for the team and are taking up most of the salary cap, so they can't pay anybody else to be role players off the bench in free agency. So trading 1 or 2 of these players to build depth is the best possible solution in my opinion, and in this video I'm going to be showing that. In this list I have small trades, big trades, all-star trades, it's a whole variety, so be sure to watch the whole video to get an understanding of all of the trades and why it makes sense. And hopefully, if the Sixers can make some of these trades during this offseason, I believe it'll make them a better team. But keep in mind that in this video, I'm not trading Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. I believe that keeping them together is a way to make them better and to make them a successful team for the future. But I will make a video about trading either Ben or Embiid later on. The first player on this list is Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose is entering his final season with the Detroit Pistons with a contract of $7 million. What's very important to know is that during this offseason and NBA quarantine, Derrick Rose has said that he wants to play for a winning organization and get a shot at an NBA championship, and playing with Detroit, he's not going to get it. This means that Detroit will obviously be trying to trade him during this upcoming offseason so they can try to get rid of him and get something in return instead of losing him for nothing in free agency in 2021. There has been multiple rumors during this year's NBA trade deadline already that Derrick Rose was a primetime suspect and prospect for the 76ers. When Ben Simmons goes to the bench, they don't really have a facilitator and a ball handler who can score at will, and that's where veteran NBA MVP player Derrick Rose comes in. With Derrick Rose being comfortable as the sixth man in Detroit, it wouldn't be a problem for him staying with that role in 76er land, and if D Rose can come off the bench and put up about 50 points per game, it'll definitely help Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid for the future. The 76ers need an MVP presence, an experienced NBA player, and Derrick Rose could be that guy to change the atmosphere in the locker room. I believe if the Sixers offer Mike Scott and Zaire Smith and their 2020 first-round pick for Derrick Rose, I believe Detroit will accept that deal. Imagine that roster, guys. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid running the starting lineup and Derrick Rose running that second unit. The second trade is a small trade, and that's for Reggie Bullock, who's currently of the New York Knicks. I mentioned earlier that 76ers need a shooter off the bench, and Reggie Bullock is perfect in that role. Reggie Bullock is known to be a sharpshooter, and when given the perfect role, he can execute it perfectly. Being a steady defender and a player that doesn't need to be a starter, Reggie Bullock is perfect for any NBA team that needs a shooter, and I believe he'll be perfect for the 76ers. If the Sixers can offer Mike Scott and their 2020 second-round pick from the Atlanta Hawks, I believe New York would accept it. The third trade is getting Al-Farouq Aminu from the Orlando Magic. With Orlando's front court being packed right now with Mo Bamba, Nikola Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, and Jonathan Isaac, Al-Farouq Aminu is the odd man out and doesn't even get a lot of playing time. We all know that when Al-Farouq Aminu gets minutes, he is a prime-time defender and can play the stretch forward perfectly as he's a decent three-point shooter. And with the 76ers looking for role players like that, I believe Al-Farouq Aminu will be perfect in Philly. A simple trade of Mike Scott and Zaire Smith would land Al-Farouq Aminu easily as his contract is only $9 million. The fourth trade on this list is trading Al Horford for Andrew Wiggins on the Golden State Warriors. If the 76ers need a scoring punch, Wiggins could be that guy. They can rotate Josh Richardson or Matisse Thybulle to the bench and make Andrew a viable option for Ben Simmons on the wing. The Golden State Warriors are currently looking for a true center, and Al Horford could be that true center they're looking for to play alongside Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry, as he is a pass-first big man. And I believe a simple one-for-one trade of Al Horford for Andrew Wiggins could benefit both teams. If the Golden State Warriors end up drafting Anthony Edwards, they might want to trade Andrew Wiggins for the best asset possible, and Al Horford with his NBA experience could fit that championship rotation. On the other hand, Wiggins will still play a similar role as he would in Golden State as he would in Philly, but he'll be in the Eastern Conference. The fifth trade on this list is trading Al Horford to the Houston Rockets for Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. In my personal opinion, I believe this trade will definitely help out the 76ers. They can get two bench players of Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker off the bench to spread the floor and for PJ Tucker's sake to play heavy, instant defense. Eric Gordon is the perfect sixth man who could come off the bench and score about 20 points per game if needed so. And with Al Horford currently being the odd man out, getting paid a lot of money, I believe trading him for the best assets possible, these are the best assets possible, getting Gordon and PJ Tucker. For the Houston Rockets style of play, Al Horford is really a stretch 4 and stretch 5 kind of player who loves to play make and could definitely assist Russell Westbrook and James Harden on those offensive sets. What do you guys think about that? Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker off the bench for Embiid and Ben Simmons. Let me know your thoughts. The sixth trade on this list is trading Al Horford for Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is arguably still a top 5 point guard in the NBA right now, so it will cost a lot to get him. The offer would have to be Al Horford, Zaire Smith, their 2020 first round pick, their 2020 second round pick, and their 2022 first round pick just for Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry will be entering free agency in 2021 as an unrestricted free agent, which means the Toronto Raptors might want to be smart and trade him for the best assets possible before they might lose him for nothing in free agency. But if he gets traded to the 76ers, he might even resign there because he's actually a Philly native. The Sixers need a veteran presence and an NBA championship experienced player in their locker room, and that's why Kyle Lowry could be that guy. Kyle Lowry will end up being a combo guard to back up Ben Simmons, but his leadership is what's important. His leadership will take the 76ers a long way. There has been multiple rumors in the past about Kyle Lowry going to Philly, so I'm just addressing that right now, that it is a possibility. The 7th trade on this list is trading Tobias Harris for assets on the Washington Wizards. With Tobias' big contract of $33 million, the trade would be Tobias for Davis Bertans, Ian Mahimi, Troy Brown, Ish Smith, and their 2020 first-round pick. It's a win-win for both teams as the Sixers get the depth they need, their bench depth, while the Washington Wizards get 3 superstars of Bradley Beal, John Wall, and Tobias. And the 8th and final trade in this video is Tobias Harris going to the Sacramento Kings for Buddy Hield, Nemanja Bjelica, Dwayne Dedmon, and Corey Joseph. If this trade happens, the 76ers will be getting Buddy Hield plus depth to help with their future and all-around game. Getting a backup playmaker and ball handler of Corey Joseph could go a long way, plus the 3-point shooting from Nemanja could be great as well. But the fact that they get Buddy Hield in this situation, who is a 3-point champion and also an upcoming star in the NBA, could definitely still keep the 76ers in championship contention with their roster of Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Imagine a lineup of Ben Simmons, Buddy Hield, Josh Richardson, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid. That is well balanced in my personal opinion. But yeah guys, this wraps up my video today on the 76ers and some trades they can make to make them better. But what's most important to me is I want to know your opinions, guys. Which of these trades do you guys like? Are there any other trades you guys think will be great? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!
I got angels flying all